Hello. It is the homemade broadcast. It is episode 528. My name's Will Kuncz. This is Anna Hummel.
Hi.
Hey.
Back.
I got some. Hey, welcome back. You're back in the hood.
Thanks for not firing me.
You're welcome. You're on thin ice though, boy.
I
I tell you. I got some crap from somebody who it's not a bad oh geez, there goes a cat bowl. It's 6 p.m. Speaking of, yeah, I'm sorry I can't afford a studio. Some guy was like, "Hey, he's not necessarily wrong," because I kind of agree with him. He's like, you don't even need a green screen to do a green screen these days. You can put something behind you."
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that, but like, what do you want? Like a skyline or a beach?
Sometimes that's more distracting because you cut in and out of it. I find it to be very distracting. And this is nice. We got plants.
Yeah, plants. I mean, the vacuum, I'm not bananas about. He did point that out. Yeah, that's true.
And
I mean, listen,
the futon. I like a good futon.
I'm not saying he's wrong, but it's definitely not right either. Like, what do you want out of the green screen? Is that going to add that much? Does it take you out that much? I don't believe you. I think you're lying. But it's a valid criticism. Saw a lot of criticism this week online.
That's okay.
Yeah. Also got some text messages from people that don't talk to me normally that said, "Hey, good job. Keep up the good work."
Anyone I know?
Yeah.
Okay.
The big dogs.
Big dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that matter.
Yeah.
Not the ones that don't matter.
Sure.
So that was good. That was nice.
Cool.
I appreciate it.
I'm glad they're listening in and they're entertained by the content.
Yeah. Yeah. So welcome to the program. I already said my name, right? My name's Will. This is Anna.
I wish I could say that this week is going to be less inflammatory than last week, but I have a feeling it might be worse.
Well, it's just stuff keeps happening. And it's like, it's good. I guess it's good to be in the mix. I'm also I got stuff to do, so I can't really pay full attention.
Mm-hmm.
I got some other big dogs messaging me like, what is going on? I'm just like, I don't know. He's like, it's heating up. I'm just like, I can't keep up. Mm-hmm. But apparently I'm a big topic of conversation on the bone. So we'll get back to that later. We thought we would do a special since it is Juneteenth, and happy Juneteenth to everybody.
Thank you.
Out there, really, especially Anna.
Yeah.
I'm
half African.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you were born in Africa. Where you were born in?
No, I was born in Asia, but close.
Okay.
So I'm actually African Asian American.
But you lived in Africa for a period of time.
No. I never lived in Africa.
Okay.
Your father misinformation.
I've been doing that a lot lately.
Like that is your new brand.
We've been
my father is from the African continent.
That's right.
And when I tell people that I'm half African, many times they go, "Oh, I see it." And then I'm like, my dad's white. So hate to disappoint, but there's white people in Africa too, just letting you know.
Yeah. Kind of for the time being, maybe not for too much longer.
Yeah, not for long. See. It seems like they're killing him off. So you're getting what you wanted.
Yeah. Good times. You do kind of look racially ambiguous though. Like you do kind of look like whenever you see the models, like this is what people are going to look like in 2054.
Yeah.
The average person, that's what you look like.
Yeah, just kind of olive skin, dark hair, dark eyes.
Yeah.
Just could be the face of many nations, I suppose.
Yeah. So
I wish I looked more ethnic. The deeper into the future we go.
That could come to an advantage. Yeah. That could be a big advantage.
I might be pulling a Rachel, what's her name, Dolezal or something like that. So expect me with cornrows next week, folks. It's going to be a good time.
I did see a lot of Juneteenth posts on Twitter, and they were kind of in a tongue-in-cheek fashion, and a lot of them didn't involve people like Sean King, the one of the founders, I believe, of Black Lives Matter, who's probably white. I don't want to throw misinformation out there. I'm going to say he's white, pretending to be black. And also Rachel Dolezal was involved pretty frequently.
It's like, is it a mimosa if they put a drop of orange juice in? That's kind of how I feel about Sean King.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
well,
sure.
I think he's white.
Sure,
I think he's 100%.
I mean, if you go far back in anyone's history, there's going to be a few drops of blackness.
Well, of course.
So, I don't think we can all claim that when I think that he presents as white AF, I would say.
He's white.
Yeah.
He's white.
So.
We are on Radio St. Pete as well. So if you're talking like what Juneteenth was a few days ago, yes, that's true. And we're doing something special now. This program, since Anna is a on the beach radio personality, and I have one toe still left in the radio industry, and who knows when that could come to an end. I'm just we're kind of, on the beach, as they call it. Let's just put it that way.
I've never heard that
You
terminology
haven't?
before. No.
Huh.
It's just a nice way of saying like unemployed or
Yes, an unemployed, because you're on vacation. You're kind of out.
on the beach. Oh, I like
you're
that.
on the beach.
I like that.
So, yeah. So what we're doing is something special here. So if you're listening on Radio St. Pete on Wednesdays, we stream live. Now we're on Rumble too. I figured out how to stream live to Rumble. I'm abandoning Facebook. Nope, don't want any part of it. Rumble's the future. YouTube, of course, until we get thrown off of there, which who knows, might be today. And Twitter, of course, old reliable Elon's Twitter there. So we're there for now. And, I need to just stop being cheap and just buy the Mac Daddy package. I think I could get with StreamYard here, full 1080p, as well as being able to stream to a lot more devices. But where do you want to stream to? Like Rumble, YouTube? I would like to do Twitch. I just don't know how to do that.
I don't think Twitch is a good idea for us.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, we could try, but I feel like there'd be suspension after suspension.
Yeah. Yes.
Perhaps. So I think Rumble it should be our primary focus.
I think Rumble's the way to go. It's just it's, I hate to say it because it's kind of like everything's political, but it's like GOP YouTube. And then YouTube is lefty YouTube. It's Democrat YouTube. It is the thing.
I mean, depending on what channel you're after, but
yeah.
I mean, the Daily Wire's on there. Candace Owens is still on there.
True.
You know what I mean?
But they're the window, right? Like it's like you can't go any farther than Ben Shapiro, who's a boring.
Yeah. After that, it's like you got to go through paywall. So.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stream live for, I guess, an hour. Here on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter. And then what we're going to do is if you're listening on audio only podcast or Radio St. Pete, we cut you off at a half an hour. So head over, join us, willsyoutube.com, and also Rumble, HMB Radio on Rumble, and Twitter, home_made_man. And I think what I'm going to do is I just have to find the time to do this is doing because I'm a audio only consumer most of the time. So I'd like to put the full hour behind on a Substack and maybe just make it free for like 3 months. So that's the plan. So if you're audio only consumer, you can still get the show. And then maybe after 3 months, it'll just be like $1 or something where we try to build something here. Yeah, no. my buddy Zach, he's got that paid vacation thing, which he's doing really well. He's a comedian. He's in Nashville now. Yeah, Horny Batman. He's got the Super Racist podcast thing. He's got a bunch of cool stuff that he's doing over there, funny stuff. He's trying to get in the Patreon right now, and he's like, "Will you subscribe to my? It's $1." I'm just like, "No."
You straight up said no.
No, I'm not doing that. I will. I told him, and he goes, "Come on, I just want to, he wants to get his views up. I get it." But he's doing pretty good on Instagram and stuff. But you want to take the audience that you have on the free stuff and move it into a paid. Where you could actually start to.
This is our OnlyFans, folks.
Yeah.
Watch our words naked. I don't know how else to advertise it.
Totally nude. We're gonna podcast totally nude on Substack. It's gonna be gross. So make sure you tune in. It's gonna be a good time. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do a half an hour here. We're already a third of the way through that, so we should probably start talking about stuff. But we have I want to tease the after hours YouTube, Rumble, Twitter only content. It's been a lot of stuff going on this week. A lot of people are mad at me, just talking down on your boy. I have a job, so I can't really pay as much attention as I should, but I see things here or there. And so we're going to go over to celebrate Juneteenth, all the Black people at the radio station that at one time or another did want to fight me. So that's good. For
people
whatever
of
reason.
Color, please.
Yes, for whatever reason. I don't know why. And there has been quite a few that I don't get it. I don't know what I did.
I'll break it down on maybe the Uncensored podcast.
You can get a fresh perception from Anna. And I guess we'll talk about the one that I was like really sad about, really. So we'll talk about that. There's two that are just funny to me, and there's one that I was kind of sad about.
Yeah.
But, so
is the one that's happening now kind of funny?
I don't want to spoil it.
All right.
I don't want to spoil it. Right. So this week, Anna, there's a lot happening in the world. The internet is blooming, as we see. We're all over the internet right now. And people are getting the internet that probably shouldn't have the internet, like everyone. And I saw this story. I'm going to pull it up here. Joe, did you get a computer yet so you can do this for me here? Oh, geez, I got too many windows up. What is going on? All right, we're going to StreamYard. I'm sorry,
It's
Anna.
okay. Don't be sorry.
It's a lot.
You're trying your best, and I'm helping 0%. So
that's all right. That's all right. We got it.
We're doing. He's doing his best.
We got it here. It looks all right. Nope, I don't like that view.
Okay.
All right. This is not all right. That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. A remote Amazon tribe finally connects to the internet, only to wind up hooked on porn and social media. A reclusive tribe in the Amazon got hooked up to the internet thanks to Elon Musk, only to be torn apart by social media and pornography addiction. Elders explain. I mean, this was like instantaneous too. I don't even know. Did somebody have to tell them like, hey, you need to go to Brazzers or YouPorn or whatever? Or did they just find? Did it just organically pop up in their feeds?
It's bizarre because you got to think like in order to use a phone, and no, no shade to the Marubu tribe or whatever, but like they probably can't read or write. So it's like, how are they?
That's a good point.
How are they writing? I'm assuming in Portuguese.
No, they don't. They must not. If they're a remote tribe,
I understand, but I'm just saying because it's in Brazil. Like the phone is probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's in Portuguese.
I didn't even think about. Is this fake?
It could be fake. Who knows? You know what? Someone probably showed them like, hey, porn. Perhaps. I don't know.
So what I was going to say is that I remember one of my first, AOL searches of my life was boobs, So I was thinking like, yeah, boobs. You just put boobs in the AOL search bar. And then all of a sudden you would sit there and wait. And then you would go to this. I don't know if they had a search engine or not, but it would just take a really long time. And all of a sudden, because you were on the dial up, then you would get a photo of a naked lady after about an hour.
What was your first adjective? Was it big boobs?
I think I just didn't care what I was seeing. Little, giant, didn't matter. Just wanted to see a pair.
Huge.
Not huge. I don't even think I knew really. I didn't care.
Yeah.
It could have been anything. I just needed to see them.
Yeah.
I was curious. I've seen these lumps at school on these girls' chests and I go, that's intriguing. I like that. Why do I
look like my lumps?
What do they look like under there? What are those things?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see a pair, and then I did, and I was like, never went back.
Yeah.
And that was
you
hooked.
were like very impressed.
I was very, very impressed. Wow. I think it was like a centerfold type of thing, like a blonde, buxom,
Yeah. I know. Hustler kind of.
Yeah. Like Blondie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's still burned into my brain a little bit. And then I'm trying to think the other things that I searched for immediately was like beheadings. I mean, I'm sure are you
naturally the second thing you would look up
bizarre.
After boobs.
The human psychology.
Hopefully not on Pornhub, but
yeah. I mean, not to say I searched literally beheadings, but you're the morbid curiosity, your human psychology starts to get the better of you.
Mm-hmm.
And these companies know that, obviously, if this story is not fake, which now I'm kind of thinking you might be right. It might be fake because how would they even search this stuff?
Right.
Wonder if it says in the story. I should have read it.
I don't think it does. I read it last week.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it just says that they're all addicted to porn. Which listen, this is happening to people every day, and I honestly don't doubt that this is the case because you got to think like you press these buttons and you're gonna see some, vagina, maybe a penis if that's what you're into. Seems like it didn't take long. I think it was a matter of maybe like 30 days, and it completely demolished their culture of like 2,000 years, which is kind of hilarious that they were taken down by Pornhub.
What's the first thing you searched for when you got online?
You mean pornographically?
No. I just mean as a young child, what is the first thing that you can remember sitting down at a computer and seeking out?
Is it normal to have a crush on your first cousin?
That's even sicker. That's sicker than a beheading video.
Did I talk about this?
I don't know.
That I had a crush on my first cousin, like a serious crush. I thought I talked about it on this podcast.
Go on. Yeah, I mean, you may have, but greatest hits. Let's bring it up.
Yeah.
So hold on a second. So you're sitting down. How old are you?
14.
You didn't get online until you were 14?
You asked me the first thing I remember. This is something I
Okay.
remember being like concerned because I was like,
Okay.
think something's wrong in my head,
I see.
which there was, but like,
Well, that means you were probably very innocent and you were just like, I don't know what you were into as a kid, but you were probably just like,
ponies.
yeah.
I mean, very innocent child.
Mhm.
I was even talking about this today. I showed my friend a picture of that. You love that photo of me in the French horn.
Yeah.
And I sent it to her and I said, would you believe if I told you I was a virgin until I was 23? Would you even believe that with that photo? She did. She believed it. She
did
bought
not
it.
hesitate.
She bought it. But yeah, no, I started hanging out with my so during his bar mitzvah, for those that don't know, I'm a Jew. Hello. Not so hot and trendy right now. It used to be
Yeah,
a
not
few months
great
ago,
right
not
now.
anymore. And so at his bar mitzvah, I looked grotesque because I was bigger than him and I was 2 years younger than him. He was, how boys, they sometimes don't develop as early as young ladies do.
Right.
So I looked like a beast next to him. But a couple of years later, he got a bit bigger and he started transforming into a man as they do. And I would see my cousin like, once, twice a year tops. He lived in Sacktown, Sacramento. I lived in San Diego. He'd come down and visit grandma, Bubby. And so, I was like not attracted to him, obviously, because he's my cousin, but he was like this little kind of like squints a little bit.
Okay.
From Sandlot.
Yeah.
It looked like that. And then all of a sudden he blossomed into a man. And he was on the varsity soccer team and he had this great hair and he was taller than me now. And he liked Weezer. And I was like, oh my God, Weezer's so cool.
Cool
and
band.
So, he would want to like hang out. So he would like pick me up at my house because he could drive because he was 16. I'm 14.
Right. Yeah.
My dad's like,
that's
all
cool.
right, it's her cousin. I mean, what
kind
worst
of trouble
that
could you possibly get into?
So he like talked his way out of a parking ticket one time. And I was just like, oh my God, I was so impressed that I was like, I think I'm crushing on my cousin. And that caused me some concern. So I remember going on AOL, Yahoo, something like that, going, is it normal to have a crush on your first cousin?
Mm.
And the internet said totally normal. Just like don't act on it, but it's totally normal. Because I didn't like grow up with him. He was just this boy I would see periodically.
Yeah.
But when I was 14, it was weird because I was like, I want to be near you, but also we have the same blood.
You know there was something going on weird there.
Yeah. I wonder if I should tell him. I should call him and tell him.
You should.
I was crushing on you back in the day.
Yeah. What does he look like now?
He's aged.
Aged quite a bit. Not as cool.
Like not my type now.
Well, that's
Not
good.
my type now. But was
Are
my
you
type
sure?
then. Yeah, totally sure. Not my type now.
Okay.
Not my type now. And not even so much for the looks factor, but he lived in San Francisco for a long time. So I'll just leave it at. Although he does laugh at my black jokes. Not that I make them, but if I were
Not
to.
today. Today of all days, please.
Shut up, Will.
Happy Juneteenth.
All but want to fight you.
Yeah. Yeah, stay tuned. In a matter of moments, we're going to go over all the black people at my work that wanted to fight me. And it was more than I would like. I could tell you that much. So the internet told you shouldn't be, I wonder what it would tell you now.
It would probably tell you. I mean, do you want to look it up?
I guess.
Is it normal to have a crush on your first?
On your cousin. That's the second one. Okay, so is it normal to have a crush?
On your cousin is number 2.
Is number 2.
Yeah.
Number 1 is while in a relationship. Number 3 is on your teacher. Number 4 is on a fictional character. And number 5 is on a crush while married. All right, so let's go to cousin. That's number 2. So it must be pretty. I have a huge crush on my cousin. What should I do?
Reddit is a great place. Go to Reddit. If it's only a crush, it would not be incest. Acting on that crush could be incest.
I'm surprised. I figured, with all the other stuff that's going on now with how like open we are with it, just like, just bang your cousin. Who cares?
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Are you cousin phobic?
Don't worry. They'll be part of the flag next year.
That should be your crusade. You should write. I don't know who you write to,
Yeah.
but the Pride Committee, or just come up with your own flag.
Yeah.
And then when people ask you, you're going to Pride next weekend or this weekend, right?
I am.
In St.
Yes.
Pete?
I am in St.
We need to design you a flag. And then they'll be like, I've never seen that one before. What's that? And you go,
That's a
I'm
great
here
idea.
to normalize crushes on your cousin. Just not
Or
acting
just
on
the
them.
incest.
Yeah.
I think incest just.
But you're not acting on it.
No.
This is a sexuality you have where you don't act
my
on
orientation.
it. It's like those ethical pedophiles.
Yes, it's their orientation. They can't help it. They don't act on it.
But you don't act on it.
Yeah.
So you're a weirdo, but you don't act on it. You like your cousin. Or you did.
I did.
At one point.
Yes.
I like that. I think you should do that.
Are you? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
No, I was just kind of detailing more of that crush where it was like, at 14, a lot of 14-year-olds are banging these days. Not me, obviously. So for me, a crush was like, I just wanted to close in on the space. Like I didn't know if I wanted to hold your hand or rub your head. I didn't want any. I wanted clothes on. Yeah, no clothes fondling. But I just like wanted to like close the distance.
Be in the presence. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what crushing was to me. Is like.
So no tingles or anything with your cousin.
Well,
what if he would have honored you?
If he would have made a move,
yeah,
I probably would have gone for it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're sicko.
Dude, I know.
Dude, you're sick.
Dude, he liked Weezer though.
Do you even like Weezer?
No.
That's what I was gonna say. That's not your bag.
Blue Album. I liked the Blue Album back in the day. It was hot for a second.
I definitely have had crushes on but like step cousins. Pretty much all my step cousins.
Anything step, that's hot. That's porn. You know what I mean?
All my stepdads, like nieces, probably had a, sorry if you're watching, and I know that they're watching, but I had a crush on all of you. But it's, I mean, that's normal. That's not weird. I thought it was weird. I remember thinking that it may be weird.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's not blood.
But also if you don't grow up with, even if it's like your brother, which is gross, let's just say it is. But if you don't grow up together, there's something in the brain when you grow up together saying, hey, we're related. That's why they did the study in Israel. I know, not spicy conversation, on the kibbutzim, where they would have the kids would grow up together on these communes, and none of them would get married because it all registered as like siblings. But if you remove your brother and you don't grow up together and you see him, you might want to bang him. There
must be something. But I mean, you knew at the same time that it was not appropriate. So, I mean, you searched it out and said, is this normal? Because you were concerned that it wasn't normal. So there was something in your brain, the universe, whatever. You don't like God, so we won't say God. But somebody was saying to you, or something, or your intuition, whatever. Like, I don't know about this.
I didn't type in what should I do about the crush. I just wanted to know if it was normal, if that made sense, because that was what was concerning.
But the fact that you thought maybe it's not normal,
I mean,
meant that there was something there that you knew organically.
Absolutely. That's why I looked it up.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're not supposed to want to be romantically involved with family.
No.
I knew that was a no at a very young age. I was a precocious young person. I knew that you shouldn't blast your family.
So yeah, now I'm kind of dubious of this story. Now I think it's fake that they gave them these. No, I'm glad you did. Yeah, that's what I mean. But I mean, it also wouldn't surprise me. I'm just curious how they would, a tribe that probably, if they are, a lost tribe or remote, so maybe they've had some contact. A remote tribe means they probably have had contact. It's not like they dropped Starlink on the guy with the spear, that famous guy with the spear. That's a real undiscovered tribe, on the planet.
These people were definitely wearing like Crocs and like Tupac shirts and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, is that a tribe member? Is she wearing a Harvard shirt? Did she go to? Is that Harvard's newest grad?
Wearing board shorts. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay, it's real.
Yeah, I think it's real.
So they were kind of tacitly aware that probably the internet exists and there's probably boobs on there.
Yeah.
And maybe pictures of your cousin if you're into that sort of thing.
Right.
So they went ahead and immediately got addicted to social media. So
is there some payoff there?
Let's see. 2,000 member Marubu tribe lived together in the Amazon rainforest.
I think.
See, I would have even taken those boobs right there at that point when I was a youngster.
Where is the point?
I think they're in her back. I think they went all the way down to her back there.
Yeah, they crisscross like the necklace.
Nothing wrong with that. So this is where they live on the edge of Peru. That's cool.
Gross.
That's cool.
Nothing.
It's already saved lives. Members are also able to share educational resources with other Amazonian tribes and connect with friends and family.
Wait, go up for a second.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Oh, you're a
alright.
map person. You like the maps.
Yeah. Big on maps.
Amazon basin.
Mm.
Wow. Vast territory there. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are wearing kind of Western garb. So they're not, and they're setting up there. And they obviously have electricity too, or some sort of solar.
He has like Costas on. He's not.
He's got a modern tool there.
A hammer.
Yeah. So yeah, they just know. They know what we want. And obviously we know that the most searched things on the internet every year is like top 10 is porn, every year. And then, social media, obviously everybody's in their phone.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you still staying strong with your social media?
Yeah. I mean, I get on Twitter every now and again to post for the show.
Yeah.
Sometimes by accident I might see a rude comment about me.
Yeah.
I really don't search it out, but all of a sudden Twitter knows what I shouldn't be looking at, and then it just pops up and it's like, hey, by the way, everyone's doing just fine without you.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah. And then I carry on. Yeah. So
I know. That's too bad. Sorry about that.
That's
You have to
okay.
go through that. But and finally, we'll do this story very quickly since we're coming up on the half an hour. We're going to go behind the video, not paywall, but exclusive,
uncensored
contento on HMBradio Will's YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter. So if you're joining us on Radio St. Pete or audio only podcast, head over there, subscribe, and you get the whole caboodle, uncensored. We're saying F words. We're saying what?
What kind of F words?
I mean, just a big one. I don't even there's words. I was going to jokingly say that we're saying other stuff, but it's Juneteenth. I don't want to say that. And we're not, even there, I won't go that far.
No.
I wish I could.
Won't go that
yeah.
Come on.
Sometimes I wish I could. let me tell you, but I don't. I don't like this word policing.
Oh.
No. Great. We just got booted from YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. This one too. I mean, world's largest. Is this up? No, it's not. Stupid. Share this tab instead. World's largest pilot union calls to eliminate terms like cockpit, manpower, and other masculine generalizations for equity. The world's largest airline pilot union suggested airmen and women stop using terms purportedly offensive to women and LGBTQ individuals, calling out terms like cockpit as non-inclusive. Airline Pilots Association represents over 70,000 pilots worldwide and states that it collaborates with a United Nations agency on its policies. Of course it does. According to Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Language Guide released in 2021, the ALPA lists numerous terms and phrases to avoid, especially masculine generalizations that it deemed to be non-inclusive. The ALPA suggested replacing the word cockpit with flight deck. Now, does cockpit mean because there's dudes with dongs?
When you started reading the article, that dawned on me. I'm like, is that the origin of the word?
That's because the thing. I don't know.
Guys in there. It seems likely.
Really? Because that seems very unlikely.
I think it's likely.
I gotta look this up. I'm afraid that's
maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, they're gonna take you someplace dark.
Where did the term cockpit come from?
I mean, I recently looked up the origin term of Jewfish. Don't go there.
The cockpit originated in 1850s and originally meant a pit for fighting cocks, meaning male roosters.
I'm just kidding.
It comes from cock. I'm not saying it like that, which was an Old English term for small boat, and swain, which is a servant. So simply put, a coxswain is a boat servant. Over time, it led to the steering compartment of smaller boats where the coxswain sat, and then it became known as the cockpit. That's according to Norfolk. So no. See, all these things sound like, oh, maybe you're right. And then they're always wrong.
Yeah.
So there's no, this is, I'll share this tab here just so you can see I'm not lying. Now, I don't know how much you trust Norfolk Aviation,
right.
but that's the first thing on Google.
I like to assume the worst. That's kind of my personality type, but I don't really get upset by it. Even if it was what we thought it was, I still wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I quite like that term, cockpit. You know what
That's
I mean?
good. It has a punchy term.
A fun word to say. Like, what's going on in the cockpit?
Many women have heard a variation called the cockpit for a reason by a male pilot, suggesting that women do not belong in the piloting. Okay. But it's not, though. I mean, that's not what it means. Wall Street Journal communist columnist Ben Zimmer wrote the term cockpit originated from cockfighting in the early. So this, we're already hearing different things. So we don't know. We don't know. Anyway, that's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Can we stop with this? And I know the answer is no. It's going to keep going and keep going. Anyway, on a 30 minutes in, we're going to bid adieu to our friends at Radio St. Pete and HMBradio on podcast, audio only podcast. If you'd like to keep this going, I would encourage you to head over to willsyoutube.com, subscribe, or hit the Rumble, HMBradio, or Twitter, home_made_man, because we're keeping the party going, baby. And we're going to find out all my friends, former friends of African-American people of color that wanted to fight me at the radio station. That's more than what I would like, frankly. It's a large percentage, almost 100%. So we're going to head over there now, and we're just going to do a fake outro, okay?
Okay.
Bye. We're not leaving, though. And we're back.
Whoa!
Just like that, we're back.
Fuck
Uncensored.
you.
Yes, fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck y'all. No, just kidding. Thank you all for joining us. This is the video uncensored portion of the program, and happy Juneteenth, Anna.
Yeah, happy Juneteenth, Will. Let's get down to it.
Seems
like you've been the topic of much conversation on 102.5 The Bone. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I've been noticing a pattern over the last few years.
Yes.
In terms of your nickname, the people that don't seem to like you all seem to have one thing in common, and that's they're not white.
Yeah.
Like you racist pig.
Yeah, I've heard that. I really don't get it. I don't understand it. And maybe we could all get everybody in a room one day and go over. I just feel like that if you have a disagreement with somebody of a different race, then they just automatically call you a racist.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that you can't have a disagreement with anyone of a different color. Otherwise, the default is you're racist. It's like, no, can two people just have a conflict?
Yeah, it's possible that other person is an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't have to be, a race-based thing. I mean, there are black assholes out there. There's white assholes, Chinese
they know no
assholes.
color. Yes.
I mean, there's assholes of all
shape,
sizes.
Colors.
Yeah. So I happen to have run-ins. I think it's just my luck with black assholes is who I tend to run into sometimes. It's jarring to say that. You okay? Did you get a bug in your eye?
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm glitching.
I mean, that's just look, that's what happened. I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm not seeking it out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is what's happening in my life.
Right.
So we're going to run over the top 3. 2, I think, are funny. 1, I was actually really sad about, and it hurt my feelings a lot. So let's go. Number 3. First black person wanted to fight me at the Bone. We're going to share the photo. There he is, Mr. Spikeleton on the Michaelton.
I quite miss Spike.
Here's the thing. I like Spike. What the hell?
Spike.
I did block Spike on social media because
Why would you do that?
I was posting political type stuff, which I stopped, which is just so dumb of me to do. I should have never done that. But that's where I got the nickname political commentarist from Carmen, because I would often post political things. I've learned my lesson and have stopped doing that. I guess my views come off a certain way. I just hate government really in its entirety. I don't like government at all. But certain people see my views as, I guess you would say, right wing. I feel like I haven't changed much since I voted for Barack Obama in 2008. However, I have changed quite a bit since then.
We all have changed.
But I've just, got smarter.
But I don't think that you are extreme or even right wing in any way.
I'm normal. I'm totally normal, I think, in my views. But that's also
you're pretty center.
There's pretty I think so. Well, no, I'm not center. I'm an extreme. Like I would void government if I could. I would totally burn the White House down.
I don't know if you really mean that.
I do mean that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's good.
Okay.
I think the great experiment's over, and it's
Yeah.
turning into a dictatorship, which it frightens me.
Okay.
So I don't think we can have it at all.
No government. No.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I understand like limited government.
yeah, that's not a thing.
Enough.
It's just over time. It's just gonna consolidate into.
I understand what inevitably happens, but in theory, you're for a limited government. I'm assuming.
I mean,
like, so
yeah, I went through
anarchist?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so I go back and forth between like there was the what do you call it, like having like a monarchy, just having a person run the world, and who would that
dictator?
be?
That's what
I
you
guess
just
you
said
could call it that,
5
but
seconds ago. Is
just
what you
getting it
didn't
over
want.
with. Well, that's the thing. That's the weird extremes that you go through, right? I mean, for me, anyways, I would prefer nothing, but if we're gonna have something, then I'd rather just have it be this thing, so we can stop this quibbling back and forth and fighting with each other. Like, just have it be the way it is, which is probably the way we're heading. So either way, but Spikeleton.
So you're right wing.
I'm not.
No, I'm kidding. Going back to the story.
I mean, listen, let me tell you, I haven't taken it in a long time. Maybe it's changed, but I took the political compass test, and I was -4 in the libertarian section over authoritarian, and right in the center as far as, left or right. That's where my political compass was.
Yeah.
That was a while ago though, so I bet you it has changed quite a bit.
Well, I think
but you know what? Even if who cares? Everybody else has their opinion.
Yeah. No, I get it. I think you just want to be left alone, and you want people to leave you alone.
That's politics, right?
Yeah.
Is people who won't leave you alone, and people who want to be left alone.
Yeah.
And Spike wouldn't leave me alone on Twitter, so he kept, at 45. But I'm just like, I can't. It's just.
Did
low.
he say it like that on Twitter?
That's the way I read it. I don't know. I mean, that's the way I read it. I mean, it's just not. I've heard Spike, give his point of view, and God bless you.
Can you give us a demonstration?
It's the Rachel Maddow show is what I would say his point of view
probably not
is
how
about.
He said it.
Huh?
It's probably not how he said it.
Oh, 45. That's all. He doesn't like Donald Trump, and he thinks I love Donald Trump. He's okay. I don't hate him. I don't love him.
No, I'm just kidding.
But he's, he just got on the, I must be this. If I'm not him and don't share his beliefs, then I must be the other thing, because we live in a binary
is lost
world.
on everyone.
So I did block him on Twitter. I just didn't want to. I'm just done with it. But I don't dislike him as a person. In fact, whenever we do see each other, we talk, and it's always a decent conversation. But he wanted to fight me. I think Mo set him up to try to fight me into Punch Out, which I was like, okay.
Isn't he like 70?
Well, that's the thing. Everybody wants to fight me outside of one. I'm like, I'm not a fighter at all. But you're old. You're old as hell. Really? And he's in decent shape and everything.
He's actually in great shape.
Yeah, I'm not a spring chicken, but I don't know. And here he is. I guess this is when he put out his first single.
Is he a singer?
R&B singer or of some kind. But that was crazy to me. And I guess he's the one who still thinks I'm racist, which is just hilarious. I don't know how. They don't explain how. I guess I'm sure his rationale would be you vote for Donald Trump. Which
maybe it's your impersonation of him. He's not
45. 45. That's my impersonation. I'm not really good at impersonations.
You can be.
I can't. I can't. So that one was tough. Spike is a nice man, but I do think he's kind of a dope. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, number 2, this one made me the most sad. And there's actually a story here. And I've never really shared the story, but now goes by Wells. He went by JR at one point. Now goes by Wells.
I didn't know about that until you started talking about Wells, and I was like, who the fuck is Wells?
Yeah.
And you're like, that's, formerly known as JR. And he changed his name. Was it to get away from his father?
That was my understanding.
Legacy of his father, which seems like he's not proud of.
That's what it would appear.
That's fair.
That's my understanding. I don't know. I don't want to, provide any disinformation.
Sure.
But anyway, so this happened when the Summer of Love happened, when George Floyd.
Yeah, they on the heels of my exit.
And the heels of your exit, once you left. And we were kind of not like, we were cool with each other always up until, obviously things changed with a lot of a lot of people during that summer there. And I don't really know where it came from. I think it came from SBK, frankly, poisoning their brains.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think SBK had a lot to do with Spike's and perhaps Wells's perspective on me.
Am I firing?
And I don't know where he got his point of. Anyway, I'm talking out of school here. I don't know where it came from. So the story with Wells was that I think that either you and I were we were kind of letting it fly after the George Floyd thing happened. We weren't like super sensitive about it. Let's just say that.
Well, I didn't make it much farther after that because I was fired.
Right.
But I think that we had said some things in the past, just not even about the George Floyd thing, because I was only employed for less than a week after it happened.
Yeah.
But I think we had just said stuff in the past, and you had like maybe impersonated Spike a time or two, and he read into that in ways maybe he shouldn't have.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I came in with my Bucks Eric Rhett jersey, which is one of the two jerseys that I own. One is Eric Rhett, the other is Mike Allstott.
Is Eric Rhett a black player?
He is. Yeah. As a matter of fact.
Amazing.
Yeah. Old Gator. One of my favorite players that the Bucks have ever had on their team. But anyway, I came in with that on, and Spike goes, "Who's that? James Wilder?" And I went, "No, it's Eric Rhett." He goes, "Oh, okay, Gator. Spike's a Gator, whatever." So I don't know how the heck it even came up, but Wells goes, "Do you know who Jack Johnson is?" And I said, "Well, I know two. There's the boxer, and there's the Hawaiian singer-songwriter."
Yeah.
He goes, "No, I'm talking about the boxer." And I said, "Oh, okay, yeah. I know who that is." He goes, "Did you know that he invented the monkey wrench?" And I said, "No, I didn't know that. That's crazy." He goes, "Yeah, you know why they call it that?" And I went, "No." He goes, "Because he's black." And I went, "Oh, all right." And before this, he had, by the way, he'd asked me if I had any black friends.
Did you say, "You're my friend"?
I wanted to. I mean, I kind of thought we were cool, but it was a weird time. Like people lost their minds.
People lost.
So I was a little like, I don't want to say anything here. So anyway, when I heard him say that about Jack Johnson inventing the monkey wrench, I went, no. My spider sense went off. That like can't be true.
Thing.
Yeah. I just knew that wasn't right. So I went and found, of course, it's not right. There was a guy, Edward Munch, in Germany that invented the monkey wrench, and it's a common meme online to, prove this point that things are just, god awful in the country. So I was like, oh, cool. I was happy and relieved that wasn't true. And I thought maybe Wells will be happy to learn that this isn't true either. And
plot twist.
I went and sent it. We were friends on Facebook, so I went to go try to send him a message, and I noticed that we weren't connected anymore.
Oh, were you blocked or were you just unfriended?
Unfriended.
Oof, that's
which is worse. Yeah, because at least if you're blocked, you're like, what the heck? What's going on? Maybe they deleted their account, or
I
don't know. So I was like, huh. So I said, hey, I know we're not connected anymore, but maybe you would find this interesting. That's not true. And I thought I might be thrilled to learn that information. Silly me, of course, because obviously wasn't happy to learn that was.
Even if it's good news, if you're proving someone else wrong, they don't want to hear it.
Even
if it's good news.
Yeah.
Good news, you're wrong. They go, I don't want to hear it.
And he was not interested in it. So as Johnny and I were leaving one night, and this was late at night, and this was like right when the stuff was going on.
I remember.
He comes bursting out the door.
Out in the front, outside of the building?
I guess I'm trying to remember. This is kind of a while ago. I ran into him in the hall. Oh, that's right. So in a way, I said, hey, I don't know if you saw my message, but that wasn't true, by the way, about the Jack Johnson thing. And he goes, no, it is. I went, oh. That's when I knew that he wasn't interested in the conversation.
Yeah.
So I said, all righty. Well, have a good weekend. See you later. And we left. And as Johnny and I got down in the...
was that before your show?
This was after.
Oh, okay.
Or this was after we were walking down. So we went down the elevator, and I was, Johnny and I were talking like, I can't believe, this is a crazy time we're living in.
Yeah.
And as we're going out into the parking lot, the glass door opens, boom, and he comes like mad. And I'm like, ah, deer in headlights. And he goes, why do you always question black people? And I go, I don't.
Yeah, well,
I
why do
don't.
you always question
I'm sorry. I looked it up. What do you want me to tell you? And he had his fist clenched and he was ready to go. And I couldn't believe that this was happening.
Yeah.
Now, I think JR let me just say, out of the three that we're talking about here, I think JR could beat the crap out of me. I know he's been in a lot of fights. I wouldn't want to fight JR. I don't want to fight JR.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to fight anybody, by the way.
Sure,
but
no.
I mean, the other two, I'm kind of like, come on, for real. But anyway, and it also made me feel bad too, because it was, it's not even a misunderstanding, but it just wasn't registering what the reality of the situation was here.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought we were a friend. Like, we were obviously Facebook friends, and like we hung out at events from time to time. I thought we were kind of friends.
I believe
so it was a little shocking.
He thought I was racist as well.
Yeah.
And then you said, like,
your friend, aren't you friends with? Yeah, that's. But it was just it was an irrational time, and I've seen him since, and he's been nice, and I've been nice, but that one hurt my feelings quite a bit. And finally, getting into the finale here, we have. Let me find the picture here. Is this it? Where is this? I'm trying to look. Okay. And finally, here's Dizzy.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what he's doing there. He's at like a daycare or something. What is he doing? Is that his second job?
I don't know. Well,
have you seen?
I know. This is news to me.
Is he at a Bone event?
Possibly.
Is he doing promo?
He's at a Pitbull toddler show.
He's at a Pitbull toddler show. I don't know where they're playing. That's kind of weird. But any hooser, yeah. So this guy, it's just been nonstop all week. It's funny, the text messages that I get are just like, boy, you really got in there somehow, really lodged in there in his head. So I want to say this too, because I heard today that he hosted Roger and JP, or co-hosted with Mike O and Corey, and I made a comment on this video that the Mike Calta show had, where he was saying how badly he wants to fight me. And I commented on it because I'm getting a little tired of it. It's getting a little exhausting to me too. So I thought, and I apologize. I will say this. I am a good person. I'm not a two-faced little rat. So if I say something wrong, I will apologize. And I made a comment on the video, and I said, doesn't this nearly 40-year-old man live with his parents? Which I thought that he did.
Okay. And maybe at one point he did.
Maybe at some point he did.
Truth,
yeah.
But the situation has changed.
Yes. So perhaps it's changed. So I would like to apologize for that comment if I was wrong. That was out of pocket, not cool. I do.
Do you think you could still whoop his ass?
Here's the thing. He's very confident that he could whoop him. Like, he's like saying it wouldn't even be that you would fight more. And I know he's just talking trash too.
I would fight more? That
you would put up more of a fight than me.
Oh, that was said?
That was said, yeah.
Probably not. But...
I'm not, listen, the ego and hubris that is running through this little Mr. Potato Head boy is shocking. There is no, again, I hate to keep bringing it up, but there is no, like, and I don't know if it's just if he's dumb or if he has a low EQ or whatever. There's no going back for him and going, maybe I kind of did Will dirty a little bit. Maybe, Will's talking trash because I did something. And not just organic, coming out of nowhere, attacking him for no reason.
But maybe that's how he feels about you, perhaps.
Wait, feels about me?
Yeah.
Well, that is how he feels, but he's wrong.
Oh.
This is the thing. Like, I'm reacted, and I don't know if he heard it. He probably doesn't listen. I'm sure he doesn't listen. But I attacked him because in the interview that he did with Johnny B, where they were talking into unplugged microphones on Instagram, he Johnny, and nobody, he was shocked that, I wasn't mad at Johnny. I know what Johnny thinks. 10% of it, I thought Johnny had a good point. 20% of it, I wanted to rip my hair out. And the other 70%, you're just wrong. But that's whatever. That's Johnny's opinion. Johnny at no point attacked my character, didn't call me an idiot, didn't call me names of any point. This little dwarf man called me terrible names.
Such as?
An idiot, should have known my place.
He called you a lunch lady. He called you a fat lesbian. He even
this is after, yeah. But,
yes,
but yeah, I mean, he's called me a lot of terrible words, terrible names.
Yeah, yeah. Ungrateful cunt. I just threw that in there. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry
I'm sure you probably did. But that's what just blows me away about this whole thing. And it's just like there's no going back for him and thinking, you know what? Maybe I should reach out and say, hey, man, I'm sorry. But you know what? Even if he felt that way, I wouldn't be mad. If I saw him in the hallway like I did, and he went, dude, what are you doing? You idiot. Why'd you walk away from the show? I would have been like, well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
That's your opinion. I get it. And, I probably would have been like, oh, fuck you. After he walked away, but
you would have respected.
But at least
him
it wouldn't have been a little two-faced little rat like he is.
Face. Yeah,
he would have said his piece and then moved on.
But may I?
Sure.
Do you think that this might be the work, the mastery of the puppeteer himself, the person who will undoubtedly be part of the list? Maybe next week, maybe next year. And I know you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Will.
Hey, Will.
Soda party.
No, I don't know. Like, I know Mo's a Esther, or I guess I can curse now, shitster. But everybody is. You're kind of, you have to do that. So, I don't know. I don't think it's Mo's.
You don't think it's Mo tinkering or pulling the strings somehow?
No, I think Dizzy is arrogant. And I think he doesn't think he did anything wrong, which it didn't do anything wrong really, but I'm offended by it.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck you.
Oh,
is kind of how I feel about it.
It was funny because one of his things that he said about you is that he thought that you were arrogant because you apparently made a claim. I think this was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Where you said, and listen, I've done radio for about 8 years. Sometimes you're hyperbolic. That's just kind of like part of what you do. You got to dress up everything that you say, probably about 20-30%. And you made a claim that you were better than 80% of the people on
You know what my biggest regret about that is?
What?
Not saying 100%.
Not saying 100?
Not saying 100%.
Just like going all in?
Yeah. But why I went 80% in. Why it should either be 0 or 100.
Yeah.
That my mistake was going to 80.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I think you were trying to account for like Mike Calta. It showed a little bit of respect for there.
Yeah, it was kind of good, but I didn't say who. I mean, what I was saying was there was 20%, so it became a topic of conversation.
Like who's in the 20?
So who's in the 20%?
Yeah.
Then that's better than Will.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was good content for a few days. And I don't know if people actually got mad at me for. I don't think so, but I mean, I don't know. So that's number one, I guess. The Dister is my number
Disney.
one. He's still.
Do you still stand by
it.
I didn't hear you make this claim. Perhaps you implied it. He said that you called him that he was untalented. And he's like, you could say a lot of things about me, but you can't say I'm not talented.
Yeah,
I'm like, I think you could say that about anybody.
Yeah. You can say it about anybody. Yeah, that's the ego kicking again. And you know what? No, I don't think I said that.
Okay, because I don't remember you saying that.
What I said was he's bad at his job, and that was in reference to the interview with John. His job at that point, and maybe I should have been more clear,
was to be an unbiased journalist versus
not necessarily.
Okay.
Again, not necessarily. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I thought that if you're going to interview somebody, you might ask some, I don't know, push back a little bit.
Probing questions.
You don't want to have somebody come on your show and then you're just like, what do you do? Like, what, you're wrong. You don't want to be adversarial necessarily.
No, but in order to get to the crux of the conflict, you have to kind of play devil's advocate a little bit and go, well, Will said that he was, working really hard and he was doing whatever, 80-90% of the work.
100. But that's neither here nor there.
What say you? Sort of a thing to kind of push back in a friendly and inviting way, not being like, fuck you, Johnny. Obviously not saying that.
Right.
But you also don't want to just take your guest side completely, because I don't think that that's really the most entertaining thing to watch
No.
either. You want to kind of make it uncomfortable for your guest
Or
and get to the bottom of it.
At the very least, get your guest to do the name calling. Because now you alienated
You're just
me.
inquiring. Yeah, you're just the inquirer, and then you get the guest to start talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's good at your job. So he did a bad job, in my opinion.
Bad job.
In my opinion.
Not because he's short, and not because he's short. Black.
Correct.
Okay.
It's because
he sucks.
He's an asshole.
Oh. Okay.
That's why. He happens to be a black asshole. Okay? What can I tell you?
Is he?
I think so.
You
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah, he is.
Because, okay, I know that I remember this about Dizzy. I could be incorrect. I don't want to say I'm putting out false information here, so I'm saying I might be incorrect.
Right.
But I thought he was from Guyana. And I think I feel like there's like a deep Indian influence.
Yes, I think there's something going on there. I think you're right, but I'm pretty sure he's black.
Okay.
I'm almost
black.
certain. Yeah.
We'll go black.
But anyway, well, so now I'm seeing that he's Hispanic in the comments. Bob Tuscan said, okay, so maybe I am racist. I don't know anymore. I don't know. So yeah, so that concludes. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this now. I do want to keep it up, kind of.
Do you want to fight Dizzy? No.
I'm not fighting anybody.
Do you want to do you think that you would win if you
here's the thing. He's obviously very confident, but we know he's got a very large head. As you can see right here.
Oh Jesus. Stop.
Just I mean you're
saying he's all head.
He's a big head.
Okay.
Yeah, all head. And do I think so? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, unless there's something I don't see, I'm also open to the idea that maybe there's something I don't know here. I saw him fight Ryan Hoppy.
How did that go?
Well, he won, but I mean, I don't really remember it being super impressive. So that's the only boxing match I saw of him. I feel like I'm much bigger than him. I outweigh him. I feel like in a boxing match, my strategy would be just to kind of lay on him. You know, like, if anything, like if I was really taking it seriously, I'm not a trained fighter. I haven't fought since high school. I got in one fight and it was scary. I didn't like it.
If I may, not that I myself am a fighter, I was in a fight, big mistake on my part. But as someone who does a form of martial arts, it's not boxing, but size absolutely makes a difference. Of course, skill is important. But you got to think, even in the pros, there's bantamweight, featherweight, heavyweight, light heavyweight. Like every 10 pounds is a different weight class for a reason. And that's because weight means something. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like, I know he's on the air, right? But I wonder if he really believed. I mean, that's just, see, again, wouldn't be super confident going in there, even against the, a very small, you never know. I mean, you get hit in the liver, like it could happen. I don't know, but he is just full tilt, just like, and like, you don't know me, like, you don't know what I do in my spare time. I mean, maybe I don't, but like, maybe I go to a boxing, like, you don't know. And maybe I'll start going to a boxing gym now. You don't know.
Got bad knees.
It's just, no, I don't. They're good. For now.
I was gonna say,
got about another 6 months on them.
You with knee brace before.
But it's just like, I don't know. It's just so funny. Isn't there a kid story about that? About the ego and the hubris and being super confident? I mean, I know there's definitely like
there's a mythology story. Yeah. It wasn't Achilles. Was it Achilles?
Achilles flew,
out of the sky.
But I feel like there's one involving, and it might come from Achilles, but it involves animals or something. Tortoise and the hare, maybe. I'm thinking of
farmhouse. What was the
animal farm? Something. No, that was about communism.
Yeah, but it involved animals.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think I could. I'm pretty sure. I think it's funny. But it just, again, the arrogance there. It's just like, because you just don't know. But that's why I just think he's.
Would you recant everything you just said if you did fight and he whooped your ass?
No,
you wouldn't recant.
I would have got my ass whooped.
Oh,
but I still think he's a little rat.
No, I know all that. Rat. No, I mean in terms of like his skill level, or
I didn't question his skill level.
Well, I'm saying that you said that you would probably whoop it. You would whoop his ass.
I didn't say that. I said I think I would win.
Okay.
I'm I'm trying to leave room, and maybe that's a bad strategy too. Leave room for, like, I don't know, maybe he hits me with a good punch
You
and I
did
just go
mention
down.
that. You did
Yeah.
mention that,
I
but you
don't-
said it was very, very, very
I
unlikely.
think it's unlikely. I've seen him
Yeah.
spar with the Hopster. He's not any younger since then. I'm not any younger either, but I don't know. Just the craziness of his comments, and nobody checks him either, which is funny. Everybody just lets him go, but not that I expect them to. It was funny. Corey was saying that, yeah, I said he was gonna put his hand on your head, and you would, like, you can't do that. That's not a thing. Yeah, dummy. I'm mocking him.
Mm.
I mean, like,
I know.
now I gotta have another enemy. That's great.
Well, at
But,
least he's not black.
thank God.
You can finally have
Oh
a
my
white
God,
enemy.
I gotta fight with
What a
Corey
win.
just to, God, make this a. That's smart, Anna.
Yeah,
I knew
you
I
gotta
kept
pick
you
fights
around
with the
for a
whites.
reason.
Fight the whites. Fight the
I
whites.
gotta start fighting some whites, man.
Because it is very trendy to hate the whites right now. And to be honest with you, like, I'm game. It's one of the few people that, like, it's just open season, and that is nice. Fat people are on their way out, which is unfortunate because they are a fun, jolly bunch.
Yeah.
Nothing is funnier than, in my opinion, than just, like a fat pig, for example. I wasn't pointing at you, but I know that we do have a listener called. I used to work with a fat pig as well.
Yeah.
I worked with few fat pigs, so they're just fun. They're fun people. We like the same things, but I, just have a bit more discipline. So, but they embody the fantasies that I have all the time, which is eat everything in sight.
Yeah.
Eat everything in sight. And then that's why I like watching people eat. And Bubba would get so mad at me because he would be like eating, and I would peek around the corner, and then he could just feel, when you could just feel someone watching you.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, "Oh, get away from me!" I'm like, "I'm sorry, sorry, booby." But anyways, what's up, fat pig?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, and did we even think James?
Who's James? Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, James.
Will, you piece of shit.
Well, I don't know if I should even. I don't know if he wants his last name on there, but
Don't say
thank
the
you,
last name, yeah.
James. James sent a very nice Venmo, a very, very generous donation.
Yes.
And I don't know if he intended half of it to go to me or not, but he said he's defected from the other show and has joined us here on HMBradio. So I appreciate that. And
if there's a way for you to reach out to Will more directly, I would like to give you a personal thank you myself.
Oh, what does that mean?
Like nothing like what I wanted to do to my cousin, but
for the donation amount, you should
like an email address. I would love to just thank you personally and say I appreciate you.
Yeah, that was very nice. And I mean, it is a thing. If you do want to donate, you can do that at Will Kuncz. It's just my name. I give Anna 50% of the proceeds there of anything that comes in. Garrett is very generous too. Thank you for that, Garrett. He sends things from time to time.
He does. Thank you, Garrett. As well, please send me your email if it's possible. I would also like to thank you because he's given a few smaller donations, but many of them.
Right.
Many of them. So
well, that's what I would like to do. I think it would be cool with the Substack if we did like a meeting, like a Zoom meeting or something, and hung out, did like a hang or like a happy hour or something. We get some beers and some
down to hang.
We can talk shit and
I love talking shit.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's a good time.
Anyway, I just want to wish everybody
a happy Juneteenth.
A very happy Juneteenth, especially to this guy right here. It's up on the screen. And by that, I mean me. Because I've earned it. Went through a lot.
You do.
And I want to be friends with everybody. Actually, no, I don't.
Sounds like
I really don't. I don't. Very few.
Just kidding. But they do too.
Very few folks out there. I mean, we had a lot of comments. Thank you all for the comments. That's great. I wanted to pick a few out, but I mean, we have too many here. Oh, where's Garrett? Garrett, thank you. This is our Garrett here who throws a few shekels in the Jew pot.
Those hurting hurt others. That is very true, Garrett.
That's true, Garrett. That's wise words right there. So I guess we're done for today. I can't wait to hear tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be getting more messages tomorrow, and we'll see if it keeps on going. But anywho, I would encourage anybody listening out there to look inside themselves and go, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the two-faced little rat. You know,
Is this your final thought?
this is Will's final thought. Thought. Look inside yourself. Think maybe I'm the black asshole. Anna, comment.
Nope.
Bye.